Hello and welcome to another episode of the Find Your Voice podcast. In case you don't know me yet, my name is Freya Casey. I am actually a professional singer and vocal coach. I currently live in Germany, but I have created this channel or this podcast to kind of document my journey of personal development. A lot of things have happened and will still happen, and I'm documenting my journey to more growth, to really create the desired lifestyle. Just whatever I dream of, trying to make all my dreams come true during this lifetime. Okay, I have a couple of updates. If you're watching this on YouTube, you see that I'm wearing like my sports bra underneath, and this shirt kind of doesn't allow me to cover it all up. I have the treadmill over there. I have a treadmill in my office now, and what I did is I put this board. I found actually an IKEA shelf that I had bought and never actually used, and it was the exact length to fit across the treadmill, like the left and the right bar on the front there, to where I can now put my laptop on there and I can walk. I can run. There are some activities that I do where I can actually move, because I found myself sitting on this chair, and yes, I have committed to moving more and working out, but I've always consistently lately, in the past couple months, or maybe 3 months, I took an hour off my workday, which is extremely valuable. It's very precious, that time, because I want to grow my business. There has to be revenue generated, and I have big goals because I want to move to the States and I have to get the investor visa. I made the first small transfer of money, a few $100s, to the account, my Mercury account in the United States, and which means first little investment is made. So I need only about 60,000 more. Yeah, the difficulty now is to get all the money from, it just takes time, like all the bills I already pay. I'm going to have to kind of be ahead a little bit now, so that it takes a couple of transactions. First, I have to transfer money from my German account into my Wise account, and then from my Wise account into my Mercury account. Not sure. I think it does cost a fee if I transfer from my German account into my American account. Plus, it'll probably take longer. And I actually transferred money to one of my team members from the Mercury account, and that only took, I don't know, it was almost instant. It was the same day it was there. It said 1 to 2 business days, but it was already there immediately. So that is happening. And now I have made a few decisions. So I've been following Alex and Leila Hormozi, and I've been following them for several months. And really, first I discovered Alex Hormozi, and I read both of his books, The $1 Million Leads and $1 Million, what's the other one? $1 Million Business? I don't know. I read them both. I can't even remember. But it's always about $1 million. Now, they have huge, gigantic businesses, of course. They started out with building a gym business. Then they pivoted from actually having a gym to helping other gym owners get people into the gym. Their business model evolved from just flying out to all the different gyms and teaching people what to do in order to pack the gym, get all the people onboarded, to having more of a teaching you how to do. So they have so much valuable insights. And because I do want to think bigger, I've come to one realization. Probably I want to listen to people who are 10 steps ahead of me, rather than someone who's either at the ssame level as me or just a little bit ahead. Thinking bigger in terms of where do I want to end up going, in order to find out what do I have to put into place right now. I think that's very valuable. I find that there's a big difference between someone who I can talk to who filters my ideas through the lens of, what do you really like doing? What are you energetic about doing? And someone who has this bigger vision because they've been through it. Because the reality is, I am excited about a lot of different things, but the one thing that ultimately is the thing that I really want to do is to work on my business. And that's what really energizes me. Singing energizes me, and teaching does. But ultimately, I don't want to be the one operating every single part of the business. And I really want to grow it to where it's not dependent on me being on the front end all the time. I love being on social media and I love being the face, but I don't want to be the one on the back end all the time, the only one teaching all the stuff all the time. That is something I could teach to someone else. And I know there are a lot of really cool, great vocal coaches out there, but I would need to find someone who's really aligned with the way I teach, because that is what people are attracted to. I do classical and opera and pop and jazz and rock and gospel. And it would have to be someone who's also that versatile, because that is what people follow me for. Also someone who likes explaining all the technical details, the back story or the background information about it all. I love explaining the vocal tract and how the voice actually works so that everyone can imagine what's actually happening anatomically. I think it's very valuable. And it would have to be someone who's very aligned with the way I am teaching and kind of had like the personality traits also. But I've talked about wanting to run ads and building the dream team, and I still focus on basically needing someone else to help to get to that next level. However, Alex Hormozi was asked by someone, and they had this live event and people asked questions. It was all business owners. And there was one girl who asked, or one young woman who asked, so I have quite of a large following on socials. She has a couple 100,000 on TikTok and then a couple other platforms. And she asked, should I run paid ads or should I focus more on the content side of things? And what the response was, I think it was Layla's response. Layla's response was, if you have a large following, that is the advertising. It is basically free advertising that you have. So you could either pay for advertising. That is, in the beginning, that is cold traffic. These are people who may not know you, or you can, of course, advertise to a warmer audience and send them back to your website, use pixels to show them the message over and over again. But basically, if you already have a following and you have a way of growing an audience that has proven itself to work, if you double down on that and 10x that, you're also going to 10x your leads. Now, that is the case if you do the right thing. You don't just blindly post and throw stuff out. Of course, it needs to be high quality, but you always measure by what is the limiting factor right now. So I'm running a test right now. Instead of investing into paid ads, I'm investing into creating more content. There is a tool available to create short form content from longer videos that is called Opus Clip. It's an AI tool. You give it a YouTube link or any link to a bunch of different platforms that it accepts. It creates short form content. Now, it's not extremely intelligent, but I think it does a really good job. Now, a lot of those, I have to watch them all. From a 20-minute video, it could probably generate between 10 and 20 short clips. However, they don't always make sense. The way it is cut and edited, it automatically puts subtitles on there. So I'm working with that right now, and it's not very expensive, $19 a month. And basically, I have to watch every one of those videos and see which one actually makes sense. So that's what I've been doing. And really, Grant Cardone says it, Gary Vee says it, Alex Hormozi. These are all people who have grown on social media very quickly and very large. And they all say it all comes down to doing more. Now, not more of crap. You don't want to just do things that are not valuable. But it all comes down to doing more of the things that are already working. Now, my YouTube audience is currently at almost 270,000 subscribers. I know the things that are actually making it grow. Reaction videos really help grow. However, that is not the growth of an audience that will most likely buy my courses. But there's this two-pronged approach for me on YouTube to really grow in numbers, to have more eyeballs and authority. Really, the bigger your channel and the more subscribers, the more authority you show to others who just find you as as someone new to what you do. So when someone finds a channel that has 35 subscribers, that channel with 35 subscribers, it may be amazing and the best content. It just has a different level of authority than a channel that has 1 million subscribers, which obviously to anyone who is new and who sees the content for the very first time, they realize there must be value because someone has already validated there wouldn't be 1 million subscribers if it was all really horrible and crap. So I'm focusing on the growth by creating more reaction type videos. And I'm limited here because my video editor, he has a set amount that he can do right now at what I'm paying him. Now I'm debating, should I pay him more and increase his workload? I'm really at this time, I don't really have a lot of budget and wiggle room. It's almost like I'm backtracking so far now. I wanted to create a budget. No, I need to move to the United States. I need to get the investor visa. In order to get the investor visa, I need to invest. In order to be accepted, I need to invest in the US, transfer money to my American bank account, and invest into American people, actually, really, in American employees. Now, Opus Clip, that app, is an American company, I believe. Haven't actually double checked. But Zoom and all the tools that I use, that is in the US. So I'm investing into businesses in the US, or like I'm paying there. Now, if I'm paying my video editor more, does that count? I'm not sure if that counts. It should count because it is for my business. It is for my LLC. It is for growth. But then also, how much should I do? Because right now, if I do 5 reaction videos a week, I'm going to have to pay him more. I'm trying to still look into what if I did TikTok reactions? Because here's the thing. I have 270,000 or just about subscribers on YouTube. We put the same short videos that we put on as YouTube shorts on TikTok, and it's basically almost crickets on TikTok. It's unbelievable. So let's see. I have like 700 and some subscribers on TikTok. Literally, no one is interested in the singing stuff, what I'm doing there right now. I'm thinking reacting to singers on TikTok, which I've seen vocal coaches do that. And maybe that is something I could do just from my phone. That is something I definitely could do. And then doing that on TikTok to grow there. Now, here's something very interesting. So let's see. I recently just started that account of The Single Mom CEO, where, I basically talk about running a business and growing a business as a single mom CEO. And a couple weeks ago, I put up this video where I had a sick baby, like one of the twins was sick. The intent was not for anyone to see the sick kid, but for me to tell everyone, hey, this is what happens. You are a single mom and you're running a business. Your kids will get sick. You're going to have to work around it. So what I do, and I just showed, what I do is I can do some things for my phone. If I sit on the couch with the kids all day long, I can, they sleep, maybe they watch TV a little bit. I can create content, like creating a TikTok video in that case. And also like this Opus Clip, I can create short videos. I can do a lot of things actually from my phone. I can learn, I can listen to podcasts. That's really what the video was about, and it went viral. Maybe in the beginning, not in a really positive way, because there were a lot of comments. It now has 510,000 views on TikTok, and it was so random. And a lot of comments were like, "Why would you want to put your sick kid on TikTok? I can't believe this." But this is not what it was about. It did make me think, it's like, maybe I shouldn't even show my kids anymore online, which I don't do a lot of, but occasionally they will be on there. Maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. But anyway, it went viral. The next video I made after that was like a video about don't be afraid to be controversial because people are always going to criticize you. And then I was talking about, wow, that last video just went viral. And that wasn't the intent. But anyway, that video had 360,000 views. And then it's so random on TikTok. So the next one after that, 54,000. And then the one after that, I had our puppy on my arm. I just wanted to test a few things. You could see in the preview already that I have a cute little white fluffy puppy, on my arm. And in my arm, I'm holding her. I'm holding her. And that one has 203,000 views. And then the video after that, 263. Not 1,000, just 263. It's so random. The next one after that, I made a video where I run on the treadmill and I talk about if you don't have a lot of time, you're going to have to multitask. And so I got me a treadmill for my office. I put this board across and now I can run, the one I talked about. That one has 298,000 views right now. Then I made another video after that. I think I talked about my 6 or 7 income streams. And that one has just 233. It is so random. Then I made another one after that where I said, I can't figure out TikTok. This is so random. I'll put one video up and gets hundreds of thousands. And I put another one up. It gets like 3-digit kind of or 2-digit kind of views. I have no idea. So I said, I'm going to experiment a little bit. The one after that, I made a video where I kind of like I used a huge, like this really heavy filter with eyelashes. And I pretended to be this because you see a lot of those young women, successful, have a Ferrari and a Lamborghini. Like, hey, I'm going to go for my morning routine. It's like, I don't have a morning routine. I have like a morning survival thing with little kids right now with twins. It's a survival thing. It's like, let me get to work. I'm sweaty. I don't smell good. I look like a mess all the time. So, but those young ladies, and I just kind of did I kind of made fun of that because I'm like, can we just be real? The truth is I'm missing a tooth. And yes, I still don't have my implant. I still have that insert. I'm missing a tooth. I need reading glasses because I'm turning 50. I am turning 50 this Thursday. May 30th is my birthday. And I'm a mess most of the time. And my house is a chaos and I'm trying to do what I can. I still built a 6-figure business like that. That one had 310,000 views. And then I had another one after that at 64,000. And then yesterday I did another one where I said, okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to document what I do in my business. That one has 281,000. Clearly I'm onto something on TikTok, but all of that only to tell you that this is so random. Like, I am a professional vocal coach and singer. Like, no one cares. I put up a few videos about opera and like there are a couple that have more views, but I mean, let's see, how many views do they get? It's like the Freya Casey, the one that I just talked about. It's the Single Mom CEO on TikTok. This one, the Freya Casey, the last one has 18 views. The one before that 62, 41, 34, 17. Sorry, I accidentally clicked on it. I don't know what's been happening. We used to have views like in the hundreds. I just don't get it. Like, I'm a professional singer and vocal coach. You think like I know something about this? And then I come on and talk about a sick child and people go, I don't know, like hundreds of thousands of views. So clearly the culture is so different on TikTok than it is on YouTube. So on YouTube, you really have to create content that's like seriously educational or entertaining. And on TikTok, you could just like, I think on TikTok, what comes across as much more authentic is you just being like, hey, this is me. Well, I don't have time to have those highly edited videos on TikTok, but I'm thinking about not doing the Single Mom CEO podcast anymore. I haven't published one last week, and only do TikTok for that, kind of as a side project to keep growing. But my main focus right now is on growing my main business and on expanding my audience, getting more leads, getting more people in there. Kajabi has this new feature where you can have your own branded app. So I have signed up for that, and that is in the works. It's probably going to take 2 to 3 months. They said in the Apple Store, it's going to be available a little quicker, but the Google Store, it takes longer. It takes about 2 to 3 months for them. First, they need to kind of create the app for us, which I think Kajabi has they don't literally, they custom build it with your colors and stuff, but they have found a way where otherwise it would cost thousands and thousands, right? It's like $197 per month if you have that feature added to your plan. Obviously, they found a way to create an app from from your own Kajabi content. And that's what's happening. But I'm excited about that because it's going to make everything for my program so much more useful and easier, more user friendly for sure. Because right now they have to go to different places. There's a community, and there's this community part, and then there is the course part and different courses. This way we can have it all in one place. They can all log in, and we can do push notifications so no one misses anything in the community, because that's been a problem. We have a birthday flash sale going on this week because I am turning 50. So we have a 50% off. I know every time I say that aloud, because I know no one thinks of me as having reached that age. Yes, I'm about to turn 50. I know most people say I don't look like that. I don't even feel like that either. I don't think I've changed that much in the past 10 years or even in the past 20 years. Yes, normal things, gray hair, the lines, around the eyes. It's normal. That's just what happens. My hands, you can definitely tell, the hands, the eye area, and the hair, it's just very telling. That's where you can really tell how old someone is, and you can't hide that. For some it happens sooner, for some later. But yes, I am turning 50, but it doesn't matter to me. It's just a number. I still feel amazing, and I still have tons of energy to do everything I want to do. Embryo transfer is planned. Everything's ready. I have all the paperwork done, all the paperwork for the clinic. I had it signed. It's in this right here. It's in here. We went to the notary's office, and everything is signed. Yes, even at age 50. Maybe I can still give birth when I'm 50 and not 51. If it works the first time, it'll be amazing. And if it doesn't, I might try again. But again, I always say in life, nothing is written in stone. So we want to act according to the knowledge that we have right now, with the information that we have available right now. And right now, the information for me is I want another child, and I want to go to the US, and I want to grow my business and do those things. And that's what I do. I'm still on the dating app, and I talked to someone, and it's really funny because he was like, oh my goodness, I really want to meet you. You're so interesting. And that's what I always hear is they find me so interesting. And then we start talking, and then I talk about all the things that are important to me. And it's and then the doubt creeps in. It's oh, you don't even have time for a partner. You're doing so much. And I'm thinking, they don't even see, I get a lot done. It's not like I'm working that much. Literally, I can only work when my babysitter's here. And so I work about between 25 and 30 hours is my actual work time. And other than that, I do what every mother does. I'm there for my children. I cook, I clean. And it's always interesting to see how intimidated someone is. And listening a lot to Alex and Layla Hormozi, I can never say the name, lately. Really, you need someone who's going to support your life goals and who you want to become. And I strive for constant growth. That's my goal. I want to continue to grow. I love who I am now, but I'm not going to remain right here. The person I want to become is different. Not the character, but the things I'm going to learn. And I need someone to support that. And it's going to take, I don't know, it's the needle in the haystack to find someone who understands how driven I am. That doesn't mean I'm fanatic, but you have to be a little bit fanatic. If you want to reach bigger goals, you can't be playing it safe and kind of doing it. You have to commit fully. And that's what I do. When I really want something, I fully commit myself. And that's really, everyone perceives me as this like, oh, you're such a powerful, tough woman. I'm not. I just get done what needs to be done. But I'm not, I don't know, how do I say that? Is it more feminine to just not want to pursue bigger things in life? I don't think so. I'm just as feminine as the next woman. I'm just strong when it comes to like, I'm not going to let anything stop me from going for what I really dream about. But I just hate this image sometimes, like, like people think, oh, powerful women, they're like, they're not approachable. And it's not true. Oh, how I would love to be held sometimes and to not have to be so strong all the time, to be allowed to just take a breath and be like, when I'm sick, especially like when having a cold is not a big deal, but like, when you have something like a stomach flu, how I would love to have someone for a couple of days who babies me. Oh yeah, I would like to be babied sometimes. And I would like someone to just carry me. Literally, even physically, carry someone strong enough to carry me in all different ways. I would love that. I don't want to be the dominant one, but it's going to take a very strong and secure and confident man to be that, because a lot of men who are not that, they're going to be intimidated. And so this is an immediate, it's like a deal breaker immediately. If you find that my personality, the way I am, and now all the things I want and dream of and desire and go for, if that intimidates someone, or if they have doubts, if there's space for them in my life, that's an immediate deal breaker for both sides. And it's not a bad thing. I understand that everyone wants different things, and that's good. And I just need to find someone who wants the same things. Maybe not literally the same things, but in the same direction, to where the lifestyles line up. And I love to be with a person I love a lot, but I love being alone. I'm okay with someone having to travel for periods of time. Doesn't bother me at all. But I'm also okay with being together a lot. So there's always a season for everything, right? All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Main point today was I am going to try to 10x the output when it comes to content for my main singing business. So I'm trying to think about content on different platforms. We are not utilizing Pinterest anymore, and we're also not doing a blog. So I'm thinking about maybe I should, with AI, it's so easy, transcribe all the long form video content, turn it into a blog post and into a podcast. So probably 2 reactions per week. And then I'm adding another long form content where I actually teach something that will be turned into blog post and podcast. And we'll see how that goes. I recorded all the numbers as they are on social media platforms right now. And then we're going to test this out for a couple months and see the stats and see, is this actually like for what I'm putting in, is it resulting in the output that I desire? Because there's no use in putting in all that work if it's not going to result in what I want it to result in. It's like, it would be kind of dumb to create so much extra work. But, there is something to be said about you really literally need to blast all the channels when you have something to say, because there's a lot of clutter. People don't hear it anymore. So in order for someone, for example, my 2-day workshop, I have a 2-day workshop that I'm planning at the end of July. I ran it last year. I had 4 people sign up. Each one paid $2,500. So I made like $10,000 in a weekend. It's high value. I spent 2 entire days with a very small group. I want to run it again at the end of July. So in a couple months. And I can tell that every single time this happens, the more I post on socials and everywhere and go live, the more leads I get, the more people I have asking about this or signing up. This is a high ticket offer. Usually people ask first before they actually sign up. So for a high ticket offer, you need to blast so much more and just get the message out. Yeah, definitely. If you have to probably 50 posts, and then we could talk about okay, could I have done more? You could always do more. We always think that everything we post, people are going to see it and they're going to get tired of it. No. They're not getting tired of it. They need to see it several times. It's like an ad. How many times are people see an ad? It's just going to be displayed. Now, Facebook isn't going to ask, do you want to see this ad or not? I mean, people can say yes or no, but they just display it. As long as someone doesn't say, I don't ever want to see this again, they're just going to see it. And this is what happens all the time. My oldest daughter, best example. She sees an ad on TikTok, and not just once. She sees it everywhere. And then she's like, this is the best. I really need it. And I'm like, you think it's the best and you really need it because you saw that advertisement. That's the only reason. If you had randomly found it on the internet and no one had told you and you wouldn't have seen the ad that says it is the best, you would not even care. And that's exactly what happens. You have to be in people's heads and minds and just remind. And when they've seen you 10, 20 times, they're like, okay, let me actually think about this. Maybe there's something to it. All right, I'm wrapping this up for today because I got to record other stuff. Talk to you soon. And until next time, don't forget, dream big because big dreams do come true.